Collins ELT Readers, in association with The Amazing People Club. Audio copyright HarperCollins Publishers Limited, 2014. Amazing Explorers. Level 3.
Marco Polo, the man who taught the world about China.
I was the greatest European traveller of my time. I journeyed to China along the Silk Road and lived there for many years in the service of Kublai Khan. I wrote a book about my travels which inspired Christopher Columbus. I was born in the city of Venice, Italy, into a rich merchant family. My father and uncle were Niccolo and Maffeo Polo, traders who bought and sold goods from different places around the world. At the time of my birth, Niccolo and Maffeo were away on a long journey and didn't return to Venice until 1269. In those days, when traders made journeys, they often didn't come home for a long time. Sometimes they died on the way and didn't come home at all. My mother died when I was young, and I was looked after by other people in my family. But I didn't meet my father and my uncle until I was 15 years old. My father and uncle told me wonderful stories about the amazing places they had visited and the people they had met on their travels. In 1253, they had sailed to Constantinople, an important city for traders from around the world. They'd stayed there for 6 years. Then they'd travel east through many countries, eventually reaching the city of Bukhara, in the country now known as Uzbekistan. At that time, Bukhara was an important city on the famous Silk Road. Niccolo and Maffeo stayed there for 3 years trading their goods. Then they met an important official who was traveling to China to meet the great and powerful Mongol ruler of China, Kublai Khan. He invited my father and uncle to go with him to China. So they set off together along the Silk Road. The Silk Road wasn't just one road, but a route made up of a number of roads between China and Europe. It was about 6,500 kilometers long and hundreds of years old. It was very important for trade, because merchants used it to bring silk, spices, jewels, and other goods from the countries of the East to Europe. The journey was long and difficult, and sometimes very dangerous. Travellers could be attacked by thieves or wild animals, or they could die from diseases. In order to protect themselves, merchants often travelled together in large groups called caravans. They rode on camels or horses, stopping from time to time along the way at places called caravanserais. Here they could find food and rest and meet other travellers. In 1264, after a long journey, my father and uncle arrived at Kublai Khan's palace in the city of Khan Balik, now known as Beijing. Kublai Khan was the grandson of the great Genghis Khan and the most powerful man in the Mongol Empire. He was very pleased to meet Niccolo and Maffeo and asked them many questions about European countries. He wanted to know about these countries' systems of politics and law, and their other traditions too. My father and uncle developed a good relationship with Kublai Khan and traded successfully in China for 2 years. When they left, the Khan made them promise to return and gave them a special gold passport. This would show people that they were under the Khan's protection, so that nobody would hurt them. In addition, it meant that they would be offered food and a place to stay on their journey. Kublai Khan was also very interested in the Pope, the head of the Catholic Church, who lived in Rome. He asked Niccolo and Maffeo if they would take a letter to the Pope and bring back 100 priests to China who could teach mathematics and science. In addition, he asked them to bring oil from the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?